Hey, Mark from Quiz Heroes here, and welcome to this week's quiz. This week's quiz is the Ultimate Quiz Challenge. We have 4 different categories for you and 40 challenging questions. This week's categories are literature, chocolate, music and general trivia. And the first category is literature, and here comes the first question. In which decade was Edgar Allan Poe's book The Raven published? Was it the 1830s, the 1840s or the 1850s? And the answer was the 1840s. Here's question number 2. In the dystopian novel The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood, what's the name of the protagonist? Is it Offred, Offglen or Cora? And the answer is Offred. Question number 3. Who is the central character in Shakespeare's play Twelfth Night? Is it Orsino, Olivia or Viola? And the answer is Viola. Question number 4. Which former member of the band The Communards wrote the book Murder Before Evensong? Was it Jimmy Somerville, Richard Coles or Sarah Jane Morris? And the answer was Richard Coles. Question number 5. Vera Stanhope is the middle-aged female detective created by which UK author? Is it Val McDermid, Anne Cleeves or Martina Cole? And the answer is Anne Cleeves. Question number 6. What is the name of the autobiographical book written by Prince Harry, published in 2023? Is it Spare, Spance or Spend? And the answer was Spare. Question number 7. Which UK quiz show host wrote the book The Thursday Murder Club? Was it Alexander Armstrong, Bradley Walsh or Richard Osman? And the answer was Richard Osman. Question number 8. Who wrote the play A Man for All Seasons? Was it Arthur Jappin, Robert Bolt or Jan Kremer? And the answer was Robert Bolt. Question number 9. Which crime author created the fictional detective Hercule Poirot? Was it G.K. Chesterton, Ngaio Marsh or Agatha Christie? And the answer was Agatha Christie. And the final question of this round, question 10. Which author wrote the Paddington Bear books? Was it Michael Fish, Michael Bond or Michael Moorcock? And the answer was Michael Bond. Let's move on to the second category. This category is the chocolate round. And the first question is, in which year was the US chocolate company Hershey established? Was it 1894, 1893 or 1895? And the answer was 1894. Question number 12. When trying to find a golden ticket, which type of Wonka chocolate bar did Charlie buy? Was it a Trilly Scrumptious, a Scrumdiddlyumptious or an Extra Diddly Scrumptious? And the answer was a Scrumdiddlyumptious. Question number 13. Which decade was the Cadbury Chocolate Company established? Was it the 1820s, the 1830s or the 1840s? And the answer was the 1820s. Question number 14. On average, how many Skittles are there in a 125 gram bag? Are there 170, 120 or 250? And the answer is 120. Question number 15. What was the Snickers bar originally called in the UK? Was it a sprint, a race, or a marathon? And the answer was a marathon. Question number 16. What day of the year do we celebrate World Chocolate Day? Is it July the 7th, June the 7th, or June the 8th? And the answer is July the 7th. Question number 17. Which company originally invented the heart-shaped box of chocolates? Was it Hershey, Mars, or Cadbury? And the answer was Cadbury. Question number 18. Who was originally credited with inventing milk chocolate? Was it Michel Alex, John Cadbury, or Daniel Peter? And the answer was Daniel Peter. Question number 19. Which company moulded the first chocolate bar in 1847? Was it Cadbury, J.S. Fry, or Hershey? And the answer was J.S. Fry. And the final question of the chocolate round, question 20. Cadbury World, located in Bournville, Birmingham in the UK, was opened in which decade? Was it the 1970s, the 1980s, or the 1990s? And the answer was the 1990s. Let's move on to the next round. This round is the music round. Here comes the first question. In which year did Whitney Houston release her hit single, I Will Always Love You? Was it 1994, 1992, or 1995? And the answer was 1992. Question number 22. Scooter Braun first discovered Justin Bieber on which social media platform? Was it Instagram, MySpace, or YouTube? And the answer was YouTube. Question number 23. Barbra Streisand's 1980 hit, Woman in Love, was written by who? Was it Barry and Robin Gibb, Dolly Parton, or Billy Joel? The answer was Barry and Robin Gibb. Question 24. James Hetfield, Lars Ulrich and Kirk Hammett are members of which heavy metal band? Is it Black Sabbath, Metallica, or AC/DC? And the answer is Metallica. Question 25. Who is the female lead singer of the rock band Evanescence? Is it Amy Lee, Melissa Bonney, or Annette Olson? And the answer is Amy Lee. Question 26. The Reverend Richard Coles was the instrumentalist half of which pop band during the 1980s? Was it Erasure, the House Martins, or the Communards? And the answer was the Communards. Question 27. The opera singer Kirita Kanawa was born in which country? Was it Australia, New Zealand, or Canada? And the answer was New Zealand. Question 28. What was the popular nickname of the famous jazz musician Louis Armstrong? Was it Gizmo, Satchmo, or Bilbo? And the answer was Satchmo. Question number 29. UK singer Anne-Marie holds a black belt in which martial art? Is it Taekwondo, Aikido, or Karate? And the answer is karate. And the final question of the music round. In which year was David Bowie's first UK hit, A Space Oddity, released? Was it 1968, 1969 or 1970? And the answer was 1969. Let's move on to the final round. As always, it's a general trivia round, and here comes the first question. In the US, this herb is known as cilantro. What is it called in the UK? Is it oregano, coriander, or rosemary? And the answer is coriander. Question 32. Loads of Money was a character created by which British comedian? Was it Paul Whitehouse, Harry Enfield, or Vic Reeves? And the answer was Harry Enfield. Question 33. Chepstow Castle in the UK overlooks which river? Is it the Avon, the Trent, or the Wye? And the answer is the Wye. Question 34. In which country is Inca Kola one of the most popular fizzy drinks? Is it Brazil, Puerto Rico, or Peru? And the answer is Peru. Question 35. What was the name of the main enemy of Captain Scarlet? Was it the Cylons, the Terrorhawks, or the Mysterons? And the answer was the Mysterons. Question number 36. Be afraid, be very afraid is a famous tagline from which 1986 film? Was it Critters, The Fly, or Gothic? And the answer was The Fly. Question 37. How many holes are there on a professional golf course? Is it 9, 19, or 18? And the answer was 18. Question number 38. In the Australian soap Neighbours, what breed of dog was Bouncer? Was he a Labrador Retriever, a Golden Retriever, or a flat-coated Retriever? And the answer was a Labrador Retriever. Question number 39. Which Swedish boy's name literally translates as bear? Is it Bengt, Bo, or Bjorn? And the answer is Bjorn. And the final question of this week's quiz. What is the name of Kevin Bacon's actress wife? Is it Callista Flockhart, Kyra Sedgwick, or Amy Sedaris? And the answer is Kyra Sedgwick. Okay, that brings us to the end of this week's quiz. How did you do? Please leave your scores in the comments section below. And don't forget to subscribe and press that notification bell to be alerted to all the latest quizzes. And by the way, if you enjoyed this quiz, I'm sure you'll like these. See you next time.